Hello my friends, this is my 2007 Titan, Nissan Titan, and I'm changing the brake discs and the calipers. Reason I'm doing that is when I was driving, this has been going on for a while, the front wheels overheat, the calipers are dragging, the rotors warp, and it causes a shimmy in the front end. And when that happens, you have to pull over, let the wheels cool down, probably about 30 minutes, and then you can drive again. And this happens when you're doing some high-speed braking. Those wheels will get so hot you can't touch the wheels. So I bought new brakes, the rotors, and the calipers. So now I'm going to change them out. I purchased a upper end, higher end brake and caliper. These have slots in them and holes, and that aids in the cooling. And the caliper itself is powder coated. Now, because of these grooves in here, these are designated for left and right side. So this is the front passenger side. The driver's side are already installed. And the same with these. They're basically identical, other than you want your brake bleeder to be as high as possible. So if you had this on the other side, that will be at the lower end. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it at the higher end. Okay, let's get the old ones off. The two bolts that are holding the caliper on, they're set at 155 pounds of torque, and for me to get that loose, I got to use a breaker bar, and it's awkward to get in there. Got it. That's one. The other one, I have to try to get it from the other side. When you remove the calipers, have something to set them on. They are heavy. You don't want to damage that rubber hose that connects the brake line. Okay, these are marked passenger side and driver's side. And the only reason they're marked is because of the grooves. If they were solid, they would be identical. But these are made in a pair. Okay. Now we need to, I loosened all the bolts, including the one to the rubber hose. So that'll be easy to break loose. Now I need to put the new caliper in its place. Here we have the new caliper. Everything's good to go. We just need that out of the way. We have to reuse the bolts that go on, that hold this on. We have to disconnect the brake line. There are two copper washers, one on either side. They need to be replaced. And when you loosen this, we are going to lose brake fluid. replace the copper. There's a stud that goes into a slot. That's going to keep leaking until I get this tightened up. Okay, now what we want to do is open this bleeder, and we're going to leave that sit for a few moments and wait for some of the air to come out of that line. That'll make it easier for me to bleed the brakes. These cylinders in there are dry. I have the hood open. I'm going to loosen the cap on the brake reserve. That was the brake reservoir. Okay, now we need to set the torque on those bolts. Here I'm setting the torque to 155 pounds, and I can't do it without a lever bar, and there's limited space, so just can't get under it. Right there. Putting the new brakes on, you remove the cylinders. The sounding spring goes to the inside. Okay, now these calipers go over top. Since they're new, we didn't have to push the cylinders back in. Finger tight. Here you have it, job complete. Brakes work perfectly. And again, the torque specifications, the larger bolts that hold the calipers to the wheel is 155 pounds. That's specification from Nissan. And the smaller bolts that hold the brake pads onto the caliper, those are 32 foot-pounds. And the final thing, after brakes are bled, I put the rubber caps over the nipples that you bleed with. And once again, thanks for watching, my friends. Bye-bye.